guys. They aren't the best of the best. All he asked was just to come and follow me. And to be real, especially for women, because we're so in tune to them, tuned to other people's emotions, it's important to be aware of our good and bad feelings, and to further grow in the intimacy. You know, when you have, like, I know with my sister, I know, like, if I just greet her and I'm like, hey, how's it going? If she's pretty quiet for the first couple seconds, I know, like, something's wrong and she's kind of, like, wants to talk about something. If my mom just, like, looks at my laundry basket, like, looks at it, and she looks at me, I was like, okay, laundry. Because I mean, it's, like, it's pretty nasty. So I'm, like, living with them, and they know me, and I know them, and so we just have this, like, it's, like, instinctual that I know, like, what's going on, and I need to, like, know. If there's a friend and they're having a bad mood, you kind of know, like, what's their favorite snack or something that you can get them and just make them feel better without even doing it. Yeah. Sidebar, I really love trail mix. But, okay, here we go. Women are awesome in this way, just being so, like, receptive and sensitive to one another's feelings, that we need to just further embrace that in discipleship. Although men outnumber women as martyrs, women outnumber men as mystics. Do you know what a mystic is? Okay, I will tell you, but on an accent. Well, mystics are ones who are saints who really just kind of, or anyone who are really just dived into this transcendental mental prayer, like for hours and hours and hours, and they're just in this, like, they're in the zone. They have this sweet, intimate relationship with Christ through this very transcendental experience in prayer. And so, and Edith Stein, she was a martyr and a mystic. Homegirl, she's crazy. And she says something about emotions. She says, emotions occupy the center of her being. Through prayer, the soul comes to know what it is and how it is. Using our emotions well and being honest with them is a very transcendental experience. So prayer is no joke. One way in which time with your disciple can grow in understanding where you are with Christ is going through and praying with the Discipleship Roadmap. Have you heard of it? Okay, I don't know why I keep on asking questions. Like, okay.
Can I pass this around? And
yeah. Pass that sucker around. Yeah. Is this? How many of this is this new to you? Have you seen this before? Yeah. Okay. Basically, when you look at the discipleship roadmap, I kind of don't see it as like it's not really an examination of conscience, but it's an examination of your relationship with Jesus Christ. I got it. Cool. Thanks. Thank you. It's more of an examination of my relationship with Jesus Christ. Where am I, and how am I either challenging, or where am I? Just as you examine your conscience, you're examining, like, what's your relationship like. And so there are different stages here. If you flip over here on the side, there's first the true convert, where you receive the sacraments of initiation, and you have this change in attitude towards Jesus, and you have a public profession of commitment to Jesus Christ, and you desire just to grow spiritually. Then you slowly become a growing Christian, where you kind of meet the profile of a convert, and you start to engage in the relationship through sacraments. And then as a disciple, hopefully I think many of you might be here at this point, you start to make sacrifices, and you start to have this motive to change your attitudes and actions, and even your schedule, kind of just making sacrifices to the Christian life. And then a disciple maker continues on as a disciple, but has also made a disciple through a group or a one-on-one mentoring. Has developed a heart for God's people, and is willing to make any sacrifice to help another grow, even change his or her schedule. We see Thessalonians 2:8 bleeding all through that, and also 2 Timothy 2:2, which is what? Sweet, that's like the easiest one for me, because it's like the T's say together, like 2 Tim 2:2, teaching, never mind, yeah. Anyway, and then you become a reproducer. 2 Timothy 2:2 says again, you're a disciple maker and you have this major influence on other disciples, teaching other disciples how to teach. And you are kind of just really trained and equipped and hopefully to go out. Ideally, once we graduate, we should be at this point of a reproducer where you don't technically have to have a meetup with your disciple each week, so that you're further transitioning and seeking formation either through a spiritual director, because like once you graduate, you need to have that spiritual formation still. We're still students, and we're still striving to have that journey, but not with like an official disciple. And you're kind of just going out to another location and doing the same thing as you're so well equipped, going through all these stages. So yeah, I encourage you for like next time you meet up with your disciples that you kind of go over this, kind of see where you are, and again ask these questions about where are you and why are you here, where do you want to be, and what's stopping you, or and all those questions. I kind of prod at these at the steep reflection on where you are with your relationship. So, I said that, and I said that. Okay, I'm going to turn the page. So, to be honest, when I was first asked into discipleship, I was kind of an emotional hot mess. And I saw that's what CCM had to offer, and it was like a very beautiful display for me. And I felt really like unworthy, and I felt really intimidated. I was like, okay, these homegirls like have it all together. They know like they're just like spouting out like true, like they're just instinctually like trying to like work on their virtue. I'm like, who does that? That's like, oh, that's crazy. They're just like, it was just very like, and so I like immediately like, was very like standoffish and created like a wall. Because I didn't think I was worthy to share like my life with such like strong women. I was like, whoa. And so I kind of had a hard heart about it, and I was just really shameful. And there were times in discipleship where her name was Sarah, and she was a senior, and she would ask me like, so girl, what is your relationship with Jesus Christ like? And I was like, no one asked me that question before, and that was a very thought-provoking question. But then I would just kind of just like, oh yeah, it's great, I'm loving it, it's like we're there. I was just totally like fibbing it and just trying to like say things that would just like, say things that would just like make her go like, yeah, okay girl, oh you're good, okay, moving on. And I'd be like, yeah, okay, and just kind of like close that door and like move on. And that's bad, don't do that, okay, that's not good. Honesty is a wonderful thing, okay, that's one thing that I've learned. And I'm not lying to you guys like right now, just to make that clear. I'm like, that's me now, okay. Okay, so we have to know that we're doing things for the right reason, to be honest with yourself and to your other sisters, and not just making other people happy. And we're not perfect. We need to hear that sometimes, that we have struggles, and we need to recognize them and not embrace them as like identifying ourselves with them, but further just like trying to help us talk it through again, talk it with your sisters, and try and get your way out, like a way out of it. And don't be ashamed of it, because there's confession. It's great. Like we have sacraments, and we have this tangible relationship to kind of just like not make us feel hopeless, but rather feel like, okay, I have a to-do list. Let's do it. We have to start with something, and it all starts with just being honest. As a disciple, I've learned that I can't hide my faults or pity myself. There's no time to do that. Mary Magdalene wasn't dwelling around, oh, I've got 7 devils in myself. She was like, what am I going to do? No, she just had them cast out, and then she went to Mary Magdalene, and then, she went to Jesus, and it was just like, then she's like, okay, this is who I am. And this is what I'm like, and then she's like, okay. So we can't self-dwell or be like self-critical, because that gets really sad. Okay. On the flip side, as a discipler, I've also learned that I don't know everything. Just like Nick was saying, like I was really close to just being really like, well, let me tell you about this, and like I was like, that was me. This talk was brought to you by the Bible and Focus Equip and Monsignor Sweatland and all these awesome talks. Like basically, these are all these words. I'm really